Welcome to LFFL Prime Time, your What to Watch for edition. We have a good game tonight between two really good football teams. We actually don't have a ton to decide in some leagues, and others we got some real good action. So let's check it out. The original league, this is one where we don't really have anything important going on. A lot of games were decided yesterday. Only game still in play. Miles, a 120 to 83 lead on Josh. Looks good for the win here. He does have Travis Kelsey. Josh has Patrick Mahomes. Look, we've seen miracles from Patrick Mahomes before, but the problem is that miracle will probably happen through Travis Kelsey. Looks good for Miles. Your winners, Eric has beaten Matt, Phil's beaten Greg, Andy's beaten Todd, Bill has beaten myself. What that means is this: Eric will now be 2-game lead with 3 to play in terms of looking at that bye week. With Phil's win over Greg, Phil, Greg, and Andy will jump into a big tie for second place in the other bye week. And Miles, assuming he wins, and Bill both firming up those last 2 playoff spots. So playoffs come into a clearer picture. We still have 3 weeks to play. Certainly things can happen. But I think those 6 teams are looking pretty solid at this point in the proceedings. LFFL 2, we have some very important stuff to decide over here. Andy, a 12-point lead on me. I have Patrick Mahomes. I am so far out of it, it's not even funny. However, Andy, only 1 loss on the season. It's currently sitting 9-1, a game up on Eric. If you notice down the bottom, Eric has already won. So if I come back and score my 12 points to take this game, Eric and Andy will be tied at the top. If they do not, Andy maintains his 1-game lead over Eric. And important information, the next one in the group is Miles. Miles is in 3rd place in this league. Greg is threatening to beat him right now, a 11-point lead with Travis Kelsey against A.J. Brown. That one could certainly go either way. Phil and Bill, and it's not a close game right now, but a few touchdowns and a shootout by Jalen Hurts, and this could become real close real fast. Eric, as I said, has already beaten the Merrills. Sean has already beaten Todd. LFFL 3, we got some games to be decided over here. Non-PPR league, Sean, a 7-point lead over Greg, who does have Travis Kelsey tonight. The way the Dolphins locked him up, he wouldn't score no 7 points, but we'll see what happens this evening. Got a tight one here. Nate, a 5-point lead over Eric. Nate with A.J. Brown. Eric with Jalen Hurts. Eric is the top scoring team in this league, but currently just tied for the final playoff spot. So not a game he can really afford to drop right now. Todd, a big lead over Matt, who only has MVS. Matt Brennan beating me significantly. I do Patrick Mahomes, so I have hopes and dreams. Bill has already beaten Miles. Phil has already beaten Andy. LFFL 4, speaking of Andy, congratulations to Andy. He wins the Thursday night showdown contest. His first showdown win of his career. Goes at it with a kicker in the captain spot. Very interesting play. Ends up beating Miles and Jeremy by less than a point. Congratulations to all 3 teams on a strong lineup last Thursday. Updated standings, Eric leads the way still at 109. I'm at 104. Greg at 103. A little gap down to Miles at 86 and 4th. LFFL 5, we have 2 games between the top 4 teams here that are theoretically not over. I would argue Greg and I is totally over. I only have Patrick Mahomes and A.J. Brown to make up 100 points. Not going to work. Sean and Phil, this one's in real doubt, though. Sean, 186 with DeAndre Swift. Phil is 162, but does have the 2 players playing. Sean currently a favorite on Fantrax to win that game, but that can go either way. And this is a big night for Sean because Bill has beaten Eric, which means Eric will be eliminated from playoff contention. But Bill, should Sean lose, Bill and Sean are potentially tied for that final playoff spot. Phil is already in the playoffs. Greg and I look like we will also be potentially in the playoffs if this score holds, but nothing for certain yet. And finally, the LFFL 7, we have a big line of teams in the guillotine line tonight. The only finished team is Thomas at 190 points. Can these teams get that far? I don't think that far, but there might be some points scored tonight. Eric, currently looking to go home, but look at this. Has both Jerick McKinnon and Travis Kelsey replacing zeros. Both of those scores will count their whole count. Phil is next up at 161.5. Phil is Patrick Mahomes, but he has to have more than 28 points. That's not a given. He has A.J. Brown, who's only got to eclipse 8.8. There's a real possibility Phil could be your elimination. Look at the next team in front of him. Nate at 181, still has points to score. Jalen Hurts may or may not count. Needs 28.8 to count. Isaiah Pacheco will almost certainly count, just needing 2.9. Bill could even get a few more points this evening. As the Eagles defense, they would have to score more than 17, but you never know. You never know. So I did a quick math on LFFL 9. Jeremy and Bill have jumped out to early leads, but they're not significant in those games. So I will talk to you tomorrow or Wednesday, hopefully, with a full update on the week. But good luck tonight. I know I have, not in these leagues, but in other leagues, I have some real big stuff in play tonight, like I'm sure all of you do when 2 good football teams play. So hope everything goes well for you, and we will talk to you later on.